Kombat has accustomed us to seeing new guest characters from our favorite horror movies, with the introduction of 6 new horror icons in the last 2 installments. With the success that Freddy Krueger and Kratos saw in MK9, we expected to see more than just 4 guests in MKX. That's why in this list, we're counting down 10 characters that ought to be included in the next Mortal Kombat game. Number 10. Pinhead.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you.
Pinhead's story is very comparable to Shinnok's. Their interest in sorcery and magic make them the perfect duo for world domination. Throughout the Hellraiser franchise, Pinhead's portrayed as a villainous sorcerer who takes great pleasure in torturing innocent souls, using his binding chains and the Box of Lament configuration, which can open the door to nightmarish realities. When it comes to physical combat, it would be great to see Pinhead use his hooked chains as well as the ability to summon his other Cenobites to inflict maximum damage to his opponents.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
Number 9. Nemesis. Nemesis' ruthless and inhuman qualities make him without a doubt one of the fittest characters to join the Mortal Kombat roster. His highly developed and dense muscle structure provides him with superhuman strength, stamina, as well as resilience to injury. As a result, Nemesis is simply deadly when it comes to close-range combat, using his biotentacles to rip, slice, and impale enemies. Besides, this ferocious monster uses a huge rocket launcher to attack targets from a distance. Number 8. Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Hey, you're gonna like it down here.
The idea of having a villainous creature that can morph into any other person isn't new to Mortal Kombat. In fact, the whole concept of evil clowns is quite familiar to the game. But with the absence of Shang Tsung, who was notorious for all these features, introducing an evil character whose primary goal is to feed on humans would be more than appreciated by fans.
No, I'll take all of you, and I'll feast on your flesh as I feed on your fear.
Number 7. The Terminator.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Otherwise known as T-800, would simply be the perfect rival for the Cyber Linkway ninjas, now that all of them have merged into a single character known as Triborg. But in order to make this character a little bit more sophisticated, developers must take advantage of the Terminator's human as well as his cybernetic attributes to produce a perfect 2-in-1 character. A fighter that would be as if we had combined Johnny Cage and Triborg.
I'm back.
Number 6. Darth Vader. Darth Vader is simply an icon when it comes to fictional villains, and it's quite surprising that we haven't seen him being featured in Mortal Kombat yet. For the duration of the Star Wars franchise, we've seen Vader use his lightsaber skills, telekinesis, as well as his iconic Force choke to deal with anybody that gets in his way. So it's quite interesting to see how his Dark Force powers stack up against those owned by Mortal Kombat fighters.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
Number 5. Frank Castle, aka The Punisher. The Punisher's story is very similar to Hanzo Hasashi's. After the end of the devastating war in Afghanistan, Castle returns home only to find out that his family had been murdered by an unknown street gang. As a result, Castle engages in a crusade to clean up New York City of crime, especially those involved in the death of his family. And as you may know, messing with the Punisher's family is a guaranteed death sentence.
I'm gonna wait here on these assholes. When they come, I'll make them tell me where Sarah is. After that, I'm gonna kill them all.
Number 4. Jago. According to his storyline, Jago's main struggle is to seek out other fighters to help him fulfill his destiny by destroying the evil that resides within him. Although there are several characters in the Killer Instinct roster that can assist him in achieving that goal, joining the forces of light led by Raiden and the Shaolin monk Liu Kang would even be a better option for the Tibetan warrior.
I trust you will make the right decisions.
We must trust in the Elder Gods, Liu Kang.
Number 3. Spawn. Originally known by the name of Al Simmons, was resurrected by a major demon after his tragic death at the hands of someone whom he believed to be his close friend. Upon his return to life, Simmons soon realizes that the main responsible for his death was his former boss at the CIA named Jason Wynn. As a result, Simmons, who now is a hellspawn, quickly becomes a merciless punisher, brutalizing criminals whenever he sees fit, and nothing would ever stop him from doing the same thing to the likes of Shinnok and his allies. As a matter of fact, with the ability to transform parts of his body into deadly weapons, Spawn makes perfect sense as a future guest character.
This freak stuff's gonna come in handy when I get my hands on Wynn.
Number 2. Michael Myers. Michael Myers is simply the human embodiment of pure evil. Ever since he was a child, everyone that surrounded him knew that there was a monster residing behind his blank, emotionless face, and it was soon confirmed to them when he murdered his sister at the age of just 8. This event is more than enough to secure him a place in Mortal Kombat. Besides, with Jason being included in MKX, having another masked silent murderer featured in MK11 would be something that horror fans would pay hand over fist for. Number 1. Ryo.
This is the path of my destiny.
Mortal Kombat vs Street Fighter has been rumored to happen countless times since the mid-90s. But since we know for sure that this will unlikely happen anytime in the near future, let's at least see a special appearance from Street Fighter's leading man in a Mortal Kombat game. It's actually every fighting game fan's dream to see Ryo face off against the one and only Scorpion to finally settle the dispute of which fighter is more badass. In addition, it would be great to see how Ryo's moveset of fireballs, hurricane kicks, and powerful uppercuts compare to other fighters' signature moves. Do you agree with this list? Let us know in the comment section your own wish list of future guest characters. For more, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Game Illusion.